Welcome back to the Force 9's YouTube channel, everybody. We're going to continue Tale of the Toffees today, the Everton save on Football Manager 2017. And a bit of a change of plan from what I was going to do. We are going to do the Southampton game first, but the following game will be a cup game, and it's quite an important one. You'll see more about that in a second, but first of all, we're going to go through the goals that I scored in the games off screen. Got a bit of revenge against Manchester United in the EFL Cup after a defeat in the Testimonial and in the Premier League. We beat them 1-0, Lukaku with the only goal in the game in the 69th minute. Again, we didn't really deserve to win, but we got a bit of revenge, a win at Old Trafford, and that puts us through to the next round of the EFL Cup. At Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, we did hit the Lukaku getting his goal on 33 minutes, set up by Deulofeu. Sanson put it through for Deulofeu, whose header was only parried onto the bar by Courtois, Everton doubling their lead before half-time. Chelsea improved in the second half, Willian passing it to Batshuayi, and the Hazard shot on the edge of the area found its way into the goal. Chelsea pulled a goal back on 52 minutes. Chelsea then won a penalty on the 75 minutes. John Terry brought down in the area by David Sanson, and Chelsea had a penalty and a chance to equalise the game. Eden Hazard stepped up to take the penalty and got the equaliser for Chelsea, his second goal of the game as well. A disappointing draw after being 2-0 up. The home game against Bournemouth got off to a flyer. Max Gradle with the assist, and the cross found Jordan Ibe, whose header found the goal with less than 6 minutes played. But 2 minutes later, it was 1-1. Ross Barkley with his first goal of the season made it 1-1 with less than 8 minutes played. Bournemouth then took the lead again. Jordan Ibe with a blistering run down the right flank found Callum Wilson, whose close range finish made it 2-1 to Bournemouth with only 16 minutes played. Bournemouth found themselves down to 10 men with less than half an hour played. Harry Arter with his second yellow card in 5 minutes. Poor discipline by the Bournemouth player. Got himself an early bath, and Bournemouth were down to 10 men. Everton had it all to do in the second half, but Oscar Duarte found his first goal for the club to make it 2-2 from a Deulofeu's free kick. And then with 5 minutes left, it was an own goal that sealed Bournemouth's fate. Dalku scoring the own goal, and it ended Everton 3, Bournemouth 2. Deulofeu's thunderbolt of a free kick found the goal against West Ham to give them the 1-0 lead at Goodison Park in this game. But they had to share the spoils with West Ham as they found an equaliser in the second half. Simon Zaza setting up Manuel Lanzini, and it ended 1-1, Everton dropping points at Goodison Park. I was disappointed with the West Ham draw. I mean, we were pretty even. It was quite an even game, but being the home team, I'd have preferred a win. Balas has not really done too well on that right-hand side. Lukaku's not scoring as much as I'd like. But yeah, hopefully we'll do better in today's games. We were originally going to do the Swansea game, but we've got a cup game against Liverpool. And as it's the Merseyside derby, I thought, it's probably best to do this live. I wasn't going to do one until later in the season, but as this is a cup game against Liverpool, it's a pretty big deal, and it kind of interfered with what I was going to do. So we're going to do a league game and a cup game today. So Southampton are playing a narrow diamond, a 4-1-2-1-2. I'm worried about those wing-backs. Bertrand and Cedric will really be pushing forward, and I think we really need some good defence out wide. So this is what the team looks like today. Kiko Garcia in goal. Stekelenburg is my cup keeper, so he will be in goal for the Liverpool game. The back four looks like Baines, Jagielka, Williams and Santon. Playing Coleman a bit further up. I'm going to play him as a defensive winger on support. So hopefully he can counter those roaming wing-backs, especially Bertrand on that side. And then Baines is playing as a wing-back defender as well, so hopefully he can counter the, what's his name, Cedric. Gray is there. Apparently it's Guay and not Gay, but there you go. Idrissa Gray. And then Ogzan playing as the deep line playmaker. Barkley just ahead of him. He's been kind of quiet as well. He got one goal. He got his first goal. But other than that, he hasn't done much. Deulofeu is our best player at the moment. He's on really good form. Lukaku, he's only scored 4 goals in 9 appearances. I'd like him to score more. He's still unhappy. That might be why. Maybe he's just not finding form just because he's not really happy here. It's a bit like what happened in real life actually. Last season he didn't find the net as much as he has done previously. Maybe that's because he's unhappy and he wants to move to a bigger club. But like I said last time, there's no interest. The bench at the moment, Stecklenburg, Duarte, McCarthy, Valencia, Balassi, Oviedo and St. Graven. I'm actually going to take Stecklenburg off the bench and put Gibson on there so we have just one more option in midfield. And for the tactic, I'm just going to start on standard, see how we go, and in terms of our things, we'll just stay with a normal tempo. I don't know, do we want to exploit anything? We won't right now, but we'll see what happens with them, because they're going to exploit the flanks. I know they are. They're going to take advantage of that. Those roaming wing-backs are going to cause me some trouble today. So Southampton are going with that narrow diamond, kind of like two groups of three there in the midfield and the attack. Fraser Forster in goal, and then you've got the back four of Bertrand, Van Dijk and Cedric. Classy playing just ahead of them. Partey and Davis, and then you've got Tadic, Rodriguez and Austin, that front three. On the bench, they've got McCarthy, Itzo, Højbjerg, Long, Redmond, Yoshida and Ward-Prowse. So some decent players on that bench. Shane Long and Nathan Redmond definitely impact subs. Ward-Prowse is a player that I very much admire. In fact, he's actually got his first senior cap for England. He's the under-21 captain in real life. He's actually been capped for the first time for the senior team. So good for James Ward-Prowse. Very decent young player. Oh well, it's been really fun so far. We've had 5 shots, none of them on target. Southampton have just had their first shot and that was on target, so they've already got one more on target than us. Very even game, not a lot has happened. We've committed 7 fouls though, that needs to stop. We haven't done anything, we've moved up to 5th, so things are happening. What the hell's that? What? We've scored a goal! Where's... Oh god, I'm on only... Why am I on only commentary? I never use that, key highlights. So right, it's a goal. Let's see what the goal is, because I haven't seen this yet. We're taking the lead. I wonder why there's no highlights. I had it on only commentary. I didn't even put it on that. Let's just see the goal again. It was Garner Gray on the ball. Deulofeu, great control. Plays it to Barkley. Barkley first time shot in the right corner. Good goal. Pity we didn't see it live. Wow. I don't know why that was on only commentary. I never ever use only commentary. I only ever use key or extended. That's really confusing. But we got a goal, so... That's good. That's our first shot on target as well. We're still on standard. I think we will leave it at that. Hopefully we can go into half time with a lead and we should be okay for the second half, but we'll have to see. I'm going to say the same thing I did at the start. Just be a bit more calm though. Say the same thing. That's a good team talk. I'm going to say there's a lot more to come from the defenders. Kiko Casilla has had a decent game. Okay, the second half's underway. I haven't made a great deal of changes. Just a couple of tactical changes, instruction changes. Hopefully it doesn't mean we do worse. We're in 4th place at the moment, which looks very nice. Hopefully we can double our lead though. That would be a nice, safe place to be, because 1-0 is very dangerous, as we found out against West Ham. Deulofeu's pounced here. It was a bit of a lapse in concentration by Van Dijk, and didn't quite get a goal, but we got a corner from it. Baines will take it. It's not a bad way, it's over everybody. Here's Ogzan. He's kind of dropped a bit, but that's a ball into the area, cleared by Bertrand. Playing quite well at the moment, not having a lot of the ball. Well, Southampton are having just more. Passing's okay, but we need to make sure we don't do anything silly and try and retain this lead. Lukaku to Gueye. Deulofeu, well, didn't get that. Seamus Coleman playing as that right midfielder today, of course. Usually a right back, but we've got him as a defensive winger today, and so far those fullbacks haven't really done much. Deulofeu's through on goal. He should have scored there. Should have at least been on target. We're coming up to 17 minutes. Haven't played that badly today. The defending's been pretty solid actually. Southampton have had 9 shots on target, but none of them finding the goal. And on 17 minutes, I think it's time to make a change. We need to start thinking about this Liverpool game. So I'm going to take off Ogzan, and I'm going to bring on Darren Gibson. Yeah, like I said, we need to start thinking about this cup game, because it may be it's a chance of winning something, so we've got to take it seriously. And against the big teams, you can't afford to rotate players, as Man United found out. Gibson's on the ball now, and Lukaku's through. Lukaku's found a goal. That's what I want to see him do, and he's got his 5th goal for the season. 5 in 10 is not bad going, but I would prefer something like 7. 7 in 10 would have been nice. 5's good, but Lukaku, I would say, is one of the best strikers in the league. I reckon he's like top 5 maybe. I think Aguero is the best. I don't like him, but I think Costa's good. And I guess you can count Mane as a striker. I guess you could. 2-0 up now as well. We're looking very nice. And we are bossing that middle of the pitch now. Barkley's on the ball. And Barkley has a shot, but it's just over. Playing very well, actually, at the moment. Going to make a change up top. De La Feu is going to come off. I'm going to keep him fit for the next game. We're going to put Sinkgraven out wide. We've got less than 10 minutes left. Do have one more change if we need to make it. It'll probably be Lukaku, because I want to try and keep him fresh as well. If he's scoring like this, then he needs to play him. We've got less than 5 minutes left now. Sanson with a throw in. Lukaku's on the ball. Sanson chance to put in a cross. Sinkgraven has a shot, but it's a pretty weak effort. And then once this highlight ends, I'll look at making that last change. Okay, now we could also take off Barkley because he's kind of struggling. So what I'm going to do is move Sinkgraven back into the middle now and bring on Enner Valencia for that left-hand side. And try and see this out with a good 2-0 win. In fact, let's go defensive. That's full time. Southampton 0, Everton 2. A very good away win. We're only 2 points off top spot Arsenal now. That's a very good one. I'm very pleased with that, actually. Wasn't sure we were 1-0, and you know, I didn't think we were playing well in the first half because I didn't see any highlights, but that was because I didn't have the I didn't actually have highlights on. I only had commentary on because I'm really clever. Defending really good, actually. Ashley Williams had a great game. Ross Barkley looks like he was a man of the match, was he? Yeah, really good game for him. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that performance. 2-0 win against Swansea away. Can't really complain about that. Southampton. I think I said Swansea. Do you know what? I always forget who Southampton's manager is. Claude Puel's his name, isn't it? If you were to ask me, like, who their manager was, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I mean, what was he done recently? He was a Lyon manager. He managed Lille, he managed Monaco, he managed Nice. So he almost managed Balotelli, but he came to Southampton because Balotelli's at Nice. If you'd have asked me who the manager was, I couldn't have been able to tell you, to be honest, because I just don't know. Barkley, really good game. 92% of his passes completed. He scored a goal and he set up Lukaku. So, very good game for Ross Barkley. So, I'm beaten in 6 games at the moment. That's very good. And looking at the table now, we've got a cup game next, so we can look at this now. 9 games played. That one defeat against United is our only blemish at the moment. And it's only Arsenal, United and City above us. Watford are in 5th place. That's a bit suspect, Miles. What's that about? I think they kind of swapped with Chelsea, I think. Chelsea find themselves down in 12th place at the moment. -5 goal difference. I know they started the season by losing 3-0 to Sunderland. But even they're down in 15th now. And the bottom 3 of Palace, Middlesbrough and Hull. I guess it's kind of realistic. Middlesbrough hopefully will have a decent season. I mean, they've got a point against Arsenal the weekend. But they're not too bad. So we've got Liverpool next in that cup. We will have to make some changes. Stekelenburg will step in the goal. But we'll see what else happens. So let's skip ahead a few days and find out what's going on. Ronaldinho's back in full training, so he should pass a fitness test and he'll be available if we need him, so that's good. But with Barkley playing like he is, I don't know if he'll be able to get into the team at the moment because Barkley's having a really good time of it. Okay, so the fitness test. Ronaldinho's passed a fitness test. He's recommended to be limited to a maximum of 60 minutes, so he could play if we need him to. Besic, though, not ready to be picked. He's still got a couple of weeks out with that knee injury. So let's have a look at Liverpool's lineup. Looks like a 4-1-2-3, I guess, like a front 3 of Ings, Origi and Firmino. Looks like kind of a rotated side. Danny Ings up front. Kevin Stewart at left back is strange. I know he can play there, but there are other options out there. I'm sure Moreno for starters. Alexander-Arnold's in defence as well, and Joe Gomez at right back. A rotated side here. Karius in goal as well, ahead of Mignolet. Okay, so for the team today, Barkley is available to play and he will start. The next game is against Swansea and I don't mind resting players for that. I want to try and feel quite a strong team here, so I don't really want to change much of this. Only change I'm going to make is I'm going to leave Darren Gibson out of the team and bring Ronaldinho onto the bench. He's got 85% conditioning, which isn't ideal, but he's there if we need him. Yeah, I think this is fine, but works against Southampton. And half of Liverpool's team pretty much is Southampton, so I don't see why it would work. Why it wouldn't work. Okay, so Liverpool's team, Karius in goal. No Mignolet even on the bench. Manning is on the bench, of course, the former Arsenal keeper. The back four, Kevin Stewart, Klavan, Ilori and Gomez. Lucas playing in the defensive midfield. Lallana and Wijnaldum in midfield. Origi on the left and Firmino on the right. And then the front three completed by Danny Ings. And on the bench, Daniel Sturridge is the only like first team player on that bench. Everyone else is like a youngster. Now we do have key highlights on. And we won the ball straight away from the kickoff. That's a decent start. Barkley, Deulofeu. Barkley again. This is going well so far. Barkley has a shot. It's a save by Karius. It's a corner. This game has started off strongly. And the corner is headed away by Iluri. Seamus Coleman will chase it down, and he's lost out to the Portuguese player. Here is Danny Ings, and a good tackle there by Guay. Puts it out for a throw-in. I said this worked against Southampton, but this is a very different formation. Lukaku's on the ball here. Here is Deulofeu. Now, can we find ball into the area? Did he go for goal? Did he go for goal? I don't know. I don't know if that was just a really bad cross. I'm not quite sure. Having a lot of the ball at the moment. I'm going to try and control the game. Liverpool have had more shots, but at the moment we are having a lot more possession. Lallana's from goal here. That's a bad miss. Wow. Corner by Lallana. Headed away by Guay. And now Danny Ings on the ball. Passes that back out to Lallana. Jagielka needs to clear that. He needs to get rid. Oxan. And now it's cleared. But Liverpool coming forward again here. Firmino. So Danny Ings has a shot. It's a good goal by Ings. Right on the edge of the area. Liverpool have a lead. I'll see the goal again. I expected a rotated team by Liverpool here, but they are playing some good players out there. And that's a nice finish by Danny Ings. And a good assist by the Brazilian Firmino. Liverpool have a 1-0 lead. And Danny Ings on the ball again here. Wijnaldum and Lallana's from goal. And it's 2-0. Liverpool have punished us now. We're having more of the ball, but we only had 3 shots. We can't get past that line, that Liverpool back line. We need to get our heads together here. We're 2-0 down in the derby. And we could be looking at an exit from the cup here. Barkley to Lukaku. Coleman. Oh, he's lost out there, but we won it back here. Barkley, Lukaku, Deulofeu. There's got to be a goal. Oh, straight at Karius. Oxan to Barkley. And Origi heads that out of play. Make it at half time. We need to do a good team talk here because we're looking at a defeat at the moment. Williams with a header. That's tipped over by Karius. We're getting some shots away now, but it's a bit too late. There's only 5 minutes left in the half. Ashley Williams hopefully hoping to get another ball forward here. Santon, well, going in at half time. 2-0 down. We've got some work to do here, guys. And I think we need to make some subs because this hasn't gone well today. I probably shouldn't have put Coleman there. I think that's a bad judgment call on my part. We're going to bring on Balassi, and we need to look at some of these instructions. What do we do? I mean, this is my own team that I'm against here. I should know how to play against them. I think we need to go direct. We need to try and get it over the defence. I think that's what we need to try and do. We're going to get stuck in. We're not going to go high tempo. Because it's difficult, because if we set back, they'll hit us. I'm going to drop the line a bit deeper. Let's try that. It's difficult. Jurgen Klopp is a difficult manager to beat. I mean, well, Burnley are the only team that managed it this season. See, our passing's been really good. We've just struggled to get past their back line. They've made a change, though. That Alexander-Arnold's on in midfield. Lallana's had a good game, so that kind of goes in our favour that they've taken off one of the best players, but we need to try and find a goal here. We need to try and find 2, even to force extra time. Deulofeu has a shot, but it's not really a great shot. It's on target. 75 minutes left to find a result from this. Lukaku's been poor. Right, Oxan's coming off. We're going to play 2 strikers. We're going to bring on Enna Valencia up front as a complete forward, advanced forward. Push the fullbacks onto automatic as well, so they will attack along with everyone else. I'm going overload. We've got 10 minutes left. It's going to be a 2-0 defeat. It's annoying, but what can you do? Deulofeu off, Sink Ravenon. There's only 1 minute of injury time, so we've lost this 2-0. That sucks. It really does. Liverpool are hard to beat. That's full time. Liverpool, yeah, we didn't have as much possession in the second half, but the first half we had all of the ball, but we just couldn't break them down. You weren't unlucky tonight, yeah, I agree with that. So we're out of the FA Cup. It's not the end of the world. It wasn't a competition that we were really judged upon. It would just been nice to try and get far and try and win some silverware, but never mind. I'm satisfied with the performance. The players tried their hearts out today, yeah, I agree with that. Elsewhere, no real surprises. Bournemouth beat Southampton, I guess that's kind of an upset, but Arsenal beat Swansea and Spurs beat Cardiff. But yeah, you know, it would have been nice to actually have a decent cup run in this and try and win something, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, Danny Ings did have a really good game up front. He had a top game, and Lallana did well as well. Firmino got the assist. He did well as well. We just couldn't break down that defensive line. They played very high up. They did that high pressing thing, and we didn't have an answer for it. Okay, so when are we going to reconvene? Let's have a look. So we will probably have a look around like the December time. Do you know what? Arsenal could be interesting, and Middlesbrough as well. 3 home games in a row there, but it will be around December time. Like Arsenal, Middlesbrough, ideally will be the games. If I can play one more, I will. We'll do like Borough and Watford. But we've got Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, one after the other. After that early run of United and Chelsea, well, Spurs, United, and Chelsea, and Leicester and United. Like Man United, Leicester, Spurs, Chelsea was the run, wasn't it? So all our tough games seem to be bunched together here, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, because then you get like a batch of beatable teams like Middlesbrough, Watford, Stoke, and West Brom. So yeah, but off screen, Swansea and Burnley should be winnable games, you would think. Man City and Liverpool will be tough, you know, going to Anfield again there, facing him like the second time in a month. So we need to try and find an answer for that there, because today we didn't have anything. We couldn't get past them. So we'll see if we can try something different in that off-screen game. Next time it'll be around the Arsenal game, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Okay, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you so much for the support so far on the series. I'm really happy with it. I've had like 20 new subs in the space of a week. Part 1 of this series has got 500 views, which is mental. My most watched video got 1,000 views, and that was the first episode of last year's FM The Stoke. I got 1,000 views in a year, and this first episode has got 500 views in a week, which is absolutely crazy. So keep it coming, because I'm really pleased with it. And there'll be some news in the near future about what I'm going to be doing once the full game comes out. And I might be streaming, actually. I'll give you some details on that as well, because that would be quite important, and I want to see what that's like. So if you have any advice about that as well, let me know in the comments below, or tweet me or whatever. My DMs are open, so you can slip in if you want and ask me whatever you want, or give me any sort of tips on that. And that's it. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.